Aerodrome Finance. So this is the central liquidity hub for the Base ecosystem. If you're unfamiliar with Base, Base is the layer 2 that's been built by Coinbase, and they have seen massive growth. Over the past sort of year, we've seen a meme coin like Brett that's launched on there with an enormous market cap. And as we continue to see new projects arriving on Base, the central liquidity hub is set to do very, very well. Now, I'm going to be very conservative with the estimate for Base, but I want to take not for Base, sorry, for Aerodrome, but I want to see where it can go. Now, before I get into it, if you're new here, this spreadsheet just shows the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. Now, when I did the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these cryptos. These were coins that I thought were going to make me a lot of cash. And you can see what they were, each of them were worth when I recorded the videos, as well as the highs they hit 16 months on. These are what your profits would have been. So if you'd have thrown $100 into the coins when I released the videos, all you would have had to do, sell after the 16 months, and your total profit in that time would have been over 123 grand. Now, obviously, you don't have 16 months to get your portfolio sorted. We're in a bull cycle right now. If you're sitting on cryptos you're not happy with, that aren't making you money, you've probably got dead wood in your portfolio that you've got to shift. If you don't know where to get started, then start at copymycrypto.com. That's the site I run where I share my portfolio with my members. So whenever I'm ready to buy or sell a crypto, I tell my members the crypto that I'm going to buy or sell and the price I'm going to do it at. It's very, very simple. And my members can copy along exactly so they make the same profit. Now, on the site, you can see what my members have earned. You can see the successes we've had. It's public record as well, so you can verify it on this channel. If you want, you can also read the testimonials for the service that is provided. If after all of that, you're interested and you want to know the coins that I'm in, all you've got to do to find out, guys, is join up on the site. Now, Aerodrome. So, Aerodrome not having the best day, but since launch, done pretty damn well. Launched in the third quarter of last year, and was at measly 2 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents, and currently sits at $1.35. So it's had a very, very good year. Now, Aerodrome is a next generation AMM. It's designed to serve as Base's central liquidity hub. It inherits the latest features from Velodrome version 2. And basically what they do is combine powerful liquidity incentive engine along with vote lock model, governance model, and easy user experience. And it really is simple. I mean, it's arguably more simple than most AMMs I've seen. And they stand out because they are specifically designed to be the central liquidity hub on the Base network. The platform is engineered to facilitate efficient token swaps and leverage a robust liquidity incentive engine to attract and maintain liquidity. And at the heart of the Aerodrome Finance is its vote lock governance model that empowers users to participate in decision making. I don't like to get too into the governance models. I'm not of the belief they properly work within crypto. Now, they've inherited the latest features from Velodrome version 2. So they integrate advanced functionality that makes user experience pretty bloody efficient and easy. And it's an easy to use interface. It's as simple as it gets. And the founders of Aerodrome are many of the team that have worked at Coinbase, I believe. So where have we got? The masterminds behind Aerodrome Finance include Alex Cutler and Tal Watts, who have played pivotal roles in the creation. Alongside them, team members Roy Degani, Ariel Alon, and Lurin Kutas contribute significantly to the project's development. Individuals bring diverse backgrounds and expertise, so maybe not Coinbase specific. To be fair, there's not many around the Coinbase that are working on these things. So they've seen a huge increase in total value locked. And when we dive into actually Aerodrome itself, as you can see, there are plenty of different ways this works, but it's really bloody simple. We just go onto the main page for a second, because it is about as simple as it's ever going to be. We'll go back. Really? There we go. So this is the main page. Just explains what they are. Aerodrome NFTs vote to distribute token emissions and receive incentives and fees generated by the protocol. It is a self-optimizing liquidity flywheel. So this is the system and how it works. So as of right now, total value locked 1.5 billion, monthly trading 31.13 billion. Monthly fees 35.99 million, and monthly users nearly 400,000, which is pretty staggering. Again, when Base hasn't been around that long. So if we dive in and we just take a look at different features, so you can swap ETH for Aero. Say you wanted, and there's 268 tokens as of here. So say you want to swap Aero for whatever, it doesn't really matter, a lot, and it is as simple as type in the amount that you've got that you want to swap. It will tell you how much you're going to get, and it will give you a quote. You connect your wallet, and you initiate the swap. It's literally as simple as that. It is, if you've ever used Uniswap, it's that, but kind of a bit simpler, to be honest, or at least looks simpler. Liquidity-wise, very, very simple. So you can deposit liquidity, and once you do, you deposit and you stake your liquidity and you earn the Aero token. There are 268 tokens listed, so you could literally have a look at the tokens listed and supply liquidity as a pair for whichever one you want. What's always worth noting is you do have to understand impermanent loss. Do not start supplying liquidity if you have no understanding of how impermanent loss works, because you can lose money. So as you can see, this is so they give you the APR, they give you the volume, which I actually think is pretty good. So the estimated volume based on the pool fees, and they give you the actual fees, and that's obviously distributed to people that supply liquidity. But yeah, so you can see there is a lot here in terms of pools, and these are the pool values, by the way. So pool value 6,000 wrapped Ethereum there, 55 million in USDC, and that's the equivalent amount in Aero. Yeah, very, very straightforward, nothing overly complex. You can have a look at low total value locked pools if you were interested. Obviously, you've got a much, much higher risk of issues with something that's low TVL. And you're also probably going to get low volume if it's low TVL, and if it's low volume, you're probably not going to get tons of fees unless you manage to land a coin that's about to go on an absolute tear. Yeah, so Aerodrome itself, like I said, is the central liquidity hub for Base. And Base, as we can see, now has quite a significant ecosystem. Like USDC is on Base. Obviously not all of it, but a decent amount of USDC is on there. You've got Virtuals, Protocol. Brett was the meme coin that I was referring to, which has had a very good year. Along with Mog coin. You've got a few others in like Axela, Morpho, Echelon Prime. You've got another few meme coins knocking about there as well. But yeah, in terms of an ecosystem, this has grown really, really well in a very, very short space of time. And part and parcel of that is probably down to the fact that a lot of people are probably of the belief that Base sooner or later is going to launch their own token. Coinbase obviously created it. Coinbase have been very careful about overstepping any possible mark with Gary Gensler in charge of the SEC. Obviously, Gary Gensler is on his way out as of the 20th of January. Once someone else steps in as the head of the SEC, and it'll be a Trump-nominated person. I can't remember his name now. He's like the Trump's nominee has previously worked in this role. He's anti-regulation. He's pro-crypto. So he's an ideal person to be running the SEC. From a crypto perspective, it's far less likely he's going to be attacking anyone in the same way that the SEC and Gary Gensler did. With that in mind, it's highly likely we're going to see Coinbase maybe list a bit more frequently. Maybe they'll launch their own coin based off of the called Base because of the layer solution, the L2 that they've created. If these things happen, anyone that's interacted with Base in some way, shape, or form, and probably through key protocols like central liquidity hubs or DeFi protocols, are probably going to be rewarded with some form of airdrop. So, yeah, it explains why there's been a lot of participation, a lot of growth in the overall ecosystem. And you know what? Aerodrome is doing a lot of volume. It's doing a lot of volume. If we just put it into context, they were saying, what, $40 billion a month. Now, obviously, you know, some of the larger dexes out there are doing $1 billion, $2 billion, like $2 billion plus a day. But all in all, doing a lot. So really, we look at this and we can make an honest assessment that right now it's undervalued. By market cap, it is undervalued based on the fact that, based on the volume that the protocol is doing. And we can make an honest assessment that it's probably worth a few times more at least. I do think this is one that should be aiming for at least $5, but realistically should be targeting $10 to $15. When it is doing the level of volume it's doing, and that's probably going to have a surge, especially after Trump's inauguration. I think we're probably going to see more activity in the markets. And obviously, we're having some, you know, we've had some interesting activity the last couple of days, the time of recording this. But if the activity increases, if the interest in the protocol increases, the value of the protocol is higher. I do think $5 is a really fair target, and I think once it hits it, which I think it will, obviously personal opinion, not financial advice, but I would then have a look again, because I do think $15 is kind of a fair target right now. I think this can be one of the ones that tries to tackle, you know, a $10 billion market cap. This is a very strong protocol, and it's trying to be the figure, the focal point of a growing ecosystem. So as long as base continues to grow, this protocol should continue to succeed. But I'm curious to hear what people think about this. Where do people stand on base overall? Are people interested in base, or have you got interest in other things? Solana, Sui, Avalanche, Cardano? Where do you know, what's your interest? And in terms of the AMMs that you prefer to use, which is your preferred? If you use base, do you use Aerodrome for base, or do you use another hub for base? Share what you do in the comments. Guys, we are in a bull cycle right now, and if you are not happy or confident in the cryptos that you own, if they are not making you money, you probably have rubbish in your portfolio that needs to be gotten rid of. And if you're not sure where to start, have a look at copymycrypto.com. That's the site I run where I share my portfolio with my members. And whenever I'm ready to buy or sell a crypto, I tell my members the crypto that I'm going to buy or sell, price I'm going to do it at, so my members can copy along exactly, meaning they make the exact same profit as me, but they don't have any work to do. And if you go onto the site, you can see what my members have earned. You can see our successes. It's all public record. You can verify it all on the site. And look, if your coins aren't performing, rebalancing your portfolio and getting it sorted has got to be a matter of urgency. This bull cycle is not going to last forever. You know, I see some people talking about it lasting till, you know, like going into 2026. I think that's kind of unlikely. So if you're sitting on cryptos going, well, in a year's time it will be a lot better, be cautious on that approach. And if that's the situation you're in, like I say, take a look at the site. And if you want to know the coins I'm in, all you got to do to find out is join. And that is it from me, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.